What's up, guys? Real Trash back with another video. So right now I'm going to be doing one long uncut video of doing every single one of the challenge, all of these, what is called, no, not those, these, of the, mountain stories that I have unlocked. I'm gonna do them all. It's not too many. In one long uncut thing, and I'm going to be having a the baited podcast in the background. Episode 9. You guys should really check it out. I'll leave a link to their channel in the description. It's a pretty. I love listening to this podcast. Anyway, let's just get into it.
And welcome to another episode of the Baited Podcast. I'm your host, Colossal is Crazy, and we're joined here once again by the infamous, the legendary DJ Keemstar.
Why is it DJ Keemstar? Just call me Keemstar.
I'm going to call you DJ Keemstar.
This is not 2010, clown.
I'm going to call you DJ Keemstar. And we're also joined here by Tommy C.
Hey, what's happening, everybody?
A surprise for you today. We've got a guest on. Well, it's not a surprise. We've kind of tweeted about it for the last 2 days. Very warm welcome to Ethan Klein from H3 Productions.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Did you just
Very glad to have you
did
on
you
the
just
show.
dox him, clown?
Did you?
Like,
I feel like
thought
I
you were
just
against-
got doxxed. My name is not public, dude. It's a big secret.
I apologise for that. Keemstar recently did just
Couldn't
dox me
make
as
that.
well because I went missing for 2 days. So
Keem's
yeah,
really worried about
that
you,
was a bit
clown. I
fucked.
noticed that a lot. He's very concerned about you 24/7. He's just looking for you
He's
all
fucking
the time.
obsessed with me. I think he's a bit of a
Strange.
stalker.
It's getting a little strange, Keem.
No, but seriously, clown just goes missing. He just goes fucking missing. It's
Right,
like I've
right,
never.
but you don't dox me for it, Keemstar.
Okay, I was worried. Okay,
You
when
know-
I'm talking to Dolan Dark and Dolan Dark is saying I haven't heard from him, we're worried about him. Then you know what? Someone needs to be a hero.
Keem,
I'm sorry,
don't-
but
don't
you're not a
over-
hero
don't
if you
overestimate
dox
yourself, dude.
Right, yeah.
Tone
You're
it
not a
down.
fucking
Tone it
hero.
down a little bit. But there
I
is
wear
there-
a cape.
There is, as I understand it, a clown epidemic going on, so I don't know if you're participating or that or something, but that's definitely something to be concerned about.
That explains it all. That explains it all. Now we know why you're
Mystery
fucking
solved.
Very
missing.
mysterious shit going on, clown, and I mean,
I know.
someday we're gonna
It-
need
it-
some answers.
It got kicked into high gear when you were gone in the States. I mean, there was incidents all over the States.
I need to say, for the record, I have nothing to do with these clown attacks.
You would
It's
say
were
that.
gone.
fans and subscribers who might think that I do.
That's what you would
I just
say
wanna
if you
that.
were involved, though.
Yeah.
You know what we need to do? We need to tell the police to just like let the kids know. Like if they see a clown, ask them if they support Leafy. If they do, then we know it's Colossal.
I need to make this in favor of me, I think, like somehow get it to promote my channel. Like, can these clowns perhaps wear like a sign or a t-shirt saying like my YouTube channel username? That would be good.
That's
Anyways.
that's interesting.
I think it's a clever idea.
Yeah, it could work.
So anyways, today we're going to be talking about Leafy again
Who?
for the 9th fucking time. But yes, it's important that we need to say this. And last episode I mentioned that I was not going to act as Leafy's defense attorney. The only reason is he hasn't paid me $50. So that's but yes, very important that we do talk about Leafy. He has fucked up. I want to go on record, even though I am still friends with Leafy, and say that he has fucked up. The boy has fucked up. And I want Keemstar to take this because I know he's just dying to talk about it. So Keemstar, you follow.
I want to talk about the current stuff, obviously, but the first thing that I would like to talk about, and it's because, we haven't really heard your voice in this subject. You made a big, long Reddit post, but I kind of want to know what is your side of the story of when you two got in a beef like a long time ago, like because we heard what Leafy said. He made the response video, and you just took it to Reddit, and I don't think the viewers really got to see your side of events.
Yeah, that's something. It left us in such a weird position when that happened, and frankly, like we didn't want to bring the drama to our YouTube channel. We felt like the first video we made like clear, fair points above the table. And if you go back and watch the first video, we were almost nice to him. Like I was expecting to be like still friendly with him after that video for some reason, because I was at the same time like I don't like that we've accepted that you can just make fun of kids and like fat people for being fat and do clickbait titles and all of this shit that we've always traditionally shunned upon on YouTube. But all of a sudden, it's okay for Leafy to do it because he's self-aware of it. You know, this whole thing was,
Alright,
was rubbing
that's
me wrong
one
the whole way.
down.
But I only criticized him for things that were above the table and fair. And I thought that I was just going to be starting a dialogue about it. I mean, at certain points in my video, it came off too hard. Like, I called him, like, the cancer of YouTube and shit like that, which I regretted and came off, like, way too strongly. But my point was just kind of start a dialogue. And so when he responded, and I knew that he had that conversation. Like, I knew he had that thing and he could use it against me. And I knew that full well, obviously, going into making that video. But I felt, like, passionate enough to take the risk. And I wasn't sure just how insane he was to do that, because he was saying shit worse than I was in that conversation. So basically, when
If I got to defend Leafy, I think his issue is not so much that you brought it up, but at the time he was saying that you didn't kind of consult him first, that you went right to the public.
Yeah. So
that was his issue.
Right. So that's just one. Well, that's kind of something Keem fucked us on too. That was Keem's narrative to kind of ride Leafy's dick as much as possible during that situation, which is a whole nother beef I have with Keem that we'll get into later.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope we can get into that because I do have some fair points.
Okay, well, yeah, I'd like to definitely get into that. But for
My question to you, Ethan, is, and it's not really a criticism, not really. Do you think it was slightly naive of you, in certain respects, to not anticipate the kind of response that Leafy made?
Two
When you
down.
call out another
Yeah.
YouTuber in this type of community, would
yeah,
you say that
I
was
guess so.
naive?
I think it was a little bit different time. I think once Leafy responded the way he did, it kind of like broke YouTube in a way. Because before that, I feel like we all trusted each other to an extent. And even though I think Keem told me, I guess he's right, I didn't think that. He said one of the biggest mistakes I made was saying that Leafy and me were friends in my first video, which obviously we were friendly. We weren't friends by any means.
Yeah.
I don't know if people know this, but the most I spoke to Leafy leading up to that video was in Twitter conversations. I didn't even know his first name. I never spoke to him on Skype. I never played video games with him. So we were friendly, like co-creators, like colleagues are friendly.
This is how I fell in the trap of defending him, is because I'm talking to him and he's going through this breakdown. I'm talking to him privately and he's going through a breakdown after you make this video because, I mean, his channel was at that point like getting destroyed until he sub-bought at 4,000 subs out of nowhere. But he was stressing out. He was freaking out. His channel, he was losing subs at an alarming rate. It's the top thing on Reddit. And he told me, he's like, H3 is my friend. Like, he literally just backstabbed me. Like, he's my friend.
Yeah,
and then I watched your video, and you used the word friend, so I had to defend him. It came across as a backstab.
As much as I want to give you credit, I was telling you all this stuff in DMs, and you didn't want to fucking hear anything. I even showed you, like, proof of everything. Like, well, let's get into that later. Like, chronologically, we're getting all mixed up. But, like, after all these videos came out, and Leafy was like, Ethan was asking people to make a video about Pyro. And Ethan was saying all this terrible shit, and he's a hypocrite. I was sending DMs to Keem being like, dude, Leafy's the one who asked me to make a video about Pyro and was asking me how to make it. And all the fucking terrible things that I said that he took out of context was me telling him what to say because he asked me. And I'm the one at the end. You can say, by the way, I have proof. I have it all written up on my Reddit post. I spent like 5 to 10 hours making. I have all the screenshots and stuff just to show you for reference. But at the end of the conversation ended by me saying, Leafy, this is stupid. I don't want to make this. It's not worth it. It's not that big of a deal. Don't involve me. And I don't think you should make the video either. And I sent all that to you, Keem, and you're like, and I mean, you just were like, Game of Thrones meme. You're just like, fucking everybody's playing Game of Thrones, dog. I was like, okay. So for me, it's like, you weren't hearing it. You were just gonna ride Leafy's dick the whole time, which you did.
I mean, I was a little bit blinded by friendship, but I mean, you literally came out and said that you were friends with him, right? And that's why I first publicly came out and said, this is bullshit. Why didn't you reach out to him in the DMs and talk to him before you made this video?
Even assuming we are friends, even assuming we're friends, it's still like, why should I? Even if we are friends, it's like, what is the consequence of being like, hey, dude, I'm going to make this video about you? It's like, it's just a non-point to begin with. Even though we weren't friends, but it's like, hey, dude, I'm going to make this video about you. Sweet. like, what kind of service is that to begin with? I mean,
Perhaps not a video, Ethan, but perhaps like a conversation saying, I don't think what you're doing at the moment is right. Maybe you should consider changing your ways, something along those lines. Do you think that's fair?
That's a fair point, but I don't think it would have had any consequence. And I also think that the video was more about the commentary genre as a whole. Yeah, again, one of my regrets was targeting Leafy specifically, when my real beef was the whole commentary genre, which was they're all practicing the same crap. And I think some of them have gotten better now. Leafy's remain to be the worst, but I was trying to open a dialogue. Like, nobody was talking about it. And at the time, I feel like Grade and Keem and Leafy was like the super, like, fucking axis of evil. It was like impossible to actually talk about it. It was so hard to actually talk about it. And when we decided to make that video, I mean, we were really, it was really scary. And we expected to get some shit, but I wasn't sure how low Leafy was going to stoop. Do
you regret do you regret making the video, looking back at things? I mean, it's one thing to open up a dialogue. It obviously didn't go the way you thought.
Yeah, I think in some ways I do, in some ways I don't. I think I mostly regret at this point not responding to his video, because I'm sure I would have fucking slammed his ass so hard. But at the time, we really had this philosophical problem where it was like, we made this video to make a point, and it's turned into drama, and we don't want to pollute our channel and our pure message with this crap responding to some kid who's just trying to slander us. So for me, it was like, it kind of defeated the whole purpose of the original video, but at the same time, looking back, you
guys already saw that. You basically saw
that video,
the end
and it was
of
all slander.
I'll not do
and
that
I
one.
really slammed him hard if I responded.
And that's the same thing you did to me. You took things completely out of context to make it seem that it was something that it wasn't. And, you know, the thing is, you called me, Great, and Leafy the axis of evil. At the time, yeah, it kind of fucking was like that. And, you know, I said before that I'm kind of, in a way, glad that all this happened because I got a clearer head, you know, and I can see people more of who they are. But I don't know. I'm the type of person that just defends your friends no matter what, you know.
Look, I'm all about having your friends back. But if your friend's a fucking asshole, at a certain point, you gotta like draw the line somewhere.
Well, I figured it out when my friend tried to ruin my career and literally told people to go sub to my competitor and made up a bunch of, you know, crazy theories that I'm a wife beater and a fucking pedophile. I figured it out then.
Well, I think you've been better, Keem, and I've been enjoying your personality lately. But I'm afraid now that you're back on the rise that you're going to turn into another fucking reign of terror. And I hope that you can be smart and be fair and not biased. Like the way you reported the Leafy thing, there's not many people who kind of saw through it because I was on the inside and I knew what was happening. But for me, your credibility was just completely gone after that.
Keem's always been able to risk his credibility for his friends. I got to be honest with you, that's kind of why I like him.
That's not admirable for a news channel. That's bad.
Well, maybe for a channel, maybe not for a news channel, but I got to be honest with you, I don't agree with some of the defense of the Colossals made about
Was that
Leafy,
the end
but
of it?
I just have admiration. And
yeah,
you know,
it's admirable, not if you have a news channel. Like, it's cool that Colossals defends Leafy. I think that's cool that they're friends and he has his back.
I can't disagree with you on the news channel. I can't give you an advice.
Ethan, we spoke privately. I told you privately, like, as this was happening, I was like, I seen it as a backstab. You literally called this dude his friends, and you said, well, we weren't really friends, we were friendly, but that's not what you said in your video. That's not what you publicly said. And, you know, when Leafy
where
says...
is it? Oh, there it is.
When Leafy says, we are friends, we talk all the time, and he did this to me, you know, who am I going to believe?
Yeah, it's fine. I fucked myself. That video was bad. In a way, I don't blame you for thinking that. I fucked up in that situation a lot. I rushed that video out. I did it thoughtlessly. We were one day about to go on vacation. The timing was really stupid, and I made it emotionally. Like, I really fucked that situation up. And I mean, I handled that whole situation so poorly that I can't blame anyone for hating me. I mean, I didn't defend myself hardly at all, so, you know.
Do you regret some of the things that were said in the DMs between you and Leafy? Obviously, the whole don't give Pyrocynical a platform to defend himself and things like that. Do you regret that?
Well,
But again, it was taken out of
Here's the
context,
thing.
right? It was made. It was put forth like Ethan was the one with the evil plan when it was really Leafy.
And this is where I kind of have, like, Pyro seems like he's doing good things and he's got good
I
friends.
think I
and
might
I
have
really
went
like
the
some of the
wrong
stuff.
way.
Like,
Like,
he's been helping people out,
completely.
putting up his channel.
Okay.
But Pyro
Where
kind
is
of
it?
fucked me in that situation
How
too,
am I
and I
supposed to
think
get
nefariously.
over there?
Do I regret the conversation? Yes, I deeply regret having that conversation with Levy. It was so stupid, so immature.
How
and
do I
pointless.
get
Like,
there?
There was a moment halfway through the conversation
don't
when I
think it's
talked to Ela and I was
possible.
like, by the way, Ela, my caretaker here.
I can
This is
talk-
an aside.
Oh, I
My
can do
caretaker,
that.
Ela, is here to make sure I don't get too out of control. So she's sitting next to me right now.
No, I don't
Just out
think
of
it's,
interest, how did
part
you
of it
feel
anymore.
that Pyrocynical fucked you by releasing the DMs? Was that the part that
Alright.
So
Pyrocynical
I'll tell.
fucked you?
Well, specifically, I'll tell you, but
How
yeah, I do
do
regret
I
that
make
conversation.
that?
But you have to bear in mind, the conversation was never
The
anything
North
that was
Base
meant to be public.
expedition.
This was a conversation
Is
between
this
two
one?
people that mutually disliked someone in a private conversation.
And I have
There's
to
a big
reach
difference
that.
between
But
disliking
how
someone
do I
privately
reach that?
and then what you say about them publicly. Okay, I think you can all
I
look back on a time when you said rotten things
believe
about somebody
that I
that you would never say to their face,
physically
and probably
cannot.
you don't even believe. It gets amplified when you start circle jerking about someone you don't like
What, is that
with
what it
another
is?
person, and you can look back
No.
on that conversation and be like, that was a little fucking harsh. I'm glad that nobody heard me say that.
Sure, of course.
There. Oh wait,
was
so I only have to go
So,
there to
I mean,
there.
do I read it? Yeah.
Oh.
It was over the top.
What I
Now,
thought of somewhere over
um,
here.
I'd like to read you some of the things Leafy
Or
said
is
in that
it
conversation,
you
by the
start
way, just as a
here?
foil to the things they paraded around. But here's where Pyro
And you go
fucked
there.
me, in my opinion. Well, this whole thing started when I made the video about Leafy, and then Leafy was like, hey, Ethan's talking shit about you.
Oh,
And he
okay,
sent
yeah.
him a very select cut of our conversation.
Let's
and then
see, so
Pyro
I start
goes and
there.
makes a video.
And I have to get there.
He goes and makes a video. He's like, Ethan's been talking shit about me. I don't want to
How do I
say
make that?
exactly what it was because I respect his privacy. But here's just this one snippet that
So I
makes him
go
look
here.
as bad as possible. And let's just leave it at that.
And then I
And
move
let's
down
not
here.
and let's not even include any context
What
at
do I
all of what it
do?
was made.
I have to
That it was
cut
made in a
around
private
that
conversation
way.
with Leafy. Okay. So
You
then
How do I
cherry
make it up
picked
over
a
there?
particular point that made
But
you
that's
live.
not the worst thing Pyro did to me. And so I reached out to him like, yo, what the fuck, dog? Like, do you know the context? Well, first I apologize. I'm like, that shit was horrible, and I regret that it came back to you. And I made like a real sincere apology to him. I'm like, dude, that was fucked up.
Wait,
I
hold
regret
on.
saying that, and I'm sorry it came back to you. Okay.
forget. Do I have to
Here's what happened next. That
take
kind of
it
made me not really
this?
be able to forgive Pyro.
Oh yeah, I
He
have
took
to go
that
this
apology.
way.
Well, he made a tweet that was like, "Hey, H3's talking shit," and then we talked it out, and he
Maybe
removed
that
the
one.
tweet and
Okay.
clarified. So the apology I made to him was after he had removed the tweet. I had nothing to gain from this apology. I was just trying to make a human connection with the guy and make a sincere apology. So he took that apology that I sent to him in a direct message, a private conversation, based on I trusted the guy. And he took that and he gave it to Leafy to use in his video to make it look like I'm Two-Face. Like I said it to him to try to get the tweet removed. He already removed the tweet before I apologized. Then he took the apology and sent it to Leafy to make me look Two-Face. What?
Pyro's a snake.
How much
dude. I mean,
slimier does it get than that? That really, on a personal level, when I came out, was like, made a real human apology for him to do that to me afterwards.
Oh,
really,
that
really
sucks.
cut me. And
I am stuck
way,
on
to be
the
frank,
ice.
that Leafy didn't even.
I am pretty sure you can't
I mean,
move anymore.
Vince just did the same thing with me, man. He was, I was making fun of him because Pyro looks like a lesbian. I don't know if anyone knows, if anyone's seen him, but he looks like a goddamn lesbian. Like he could be on Orange is the New Black for real. But anyhow, I was
Yeah,
tweeting out
that's
this
not
dude's
gonna
picture
work.
and making fun of him, and he went social justice warrior. Pyro, the troll, the commentator, turns into a social justice warrior and complains that I'm on his private Facebook releasing his private pictures. That wasn't the case. People were tweeting out his pictures. They were public. They could found in Google. And Pyro did a face reveal back in January. So he just completely lied, completely manipulated the whole situation for sympathy. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
who is this guy?
I don't.
I don't believe he manipulated the situation for sympathy there. No, not all. And
Oh, showing his
Ethan's-
picture?
Well, I mean, you didn't expose Pyrocynical's face. You didn't. I mean, that's
Thank you.
obvious. No, you didn't. But you did bring attention to it a little bit.
Of
Well,
course I did.
Yeah.
That's kind of hard to crit. If it was already made public, he's allowed to fucking meme his face if he wants.
Sure, he's allowed to, and that's not the criticism I have. But for Pyrocynical not to be annoyed with Keemstar over that,
That's
I mean,
fair,
I
but
would
to
be
say
annoyed.
he doxed me is a far cry from
Yeah,
he's annoying.
I
he
don't
said
think
this
I
on
can
the
make it
statement. He said
across
this in the
that.
video. He said Keemstar went on my private Facebook that no one else
I
had
don't
access
think
to.
it's
See, that
possible
is-
to make it
that-
around that.
yeah,
That's a
not true.
huge difference, and that was the crux
Do I
of
have
this
to
video.
cut
is
down that
Keemstar's
way?
doxing me. By the way, I don't know the facts
I'm
of all this.
trying
I'm
to do
just
that.
I'm only simply expressing my opinion based on what you just said, Keem.
Thank you.
Guess you have to do that again.
With
Um,
Pyrocynical and Ethan Klein, sorry to call you Ethan Klein, but
Yeah,
in
well,
that situation, I think there's wrong on both sides there, clearly, surely.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, but he admitted to his wrong, so
But
he
again-
literally apologized to Pyro.
Again, it was a private conversation. Okay. And immediately I went and said, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry that got back to you. That was never meant to get back to you. It was over the top. I mean, by the way, I never, ever took one person's DM in this situation and used it against them. Okay? I never did that. Pyro did that to me, to fucking Leafy. And I was talking to him during this whole time when Leafy was like cooking up his video. I'm like, I just want to know that you know the whole situation of this, that you know the whole context. And he said to me, I have the full conversation from Leafy. So that says to me he knows that Leafy was the one asking me, that I was the one that told him to drop it, and Leafy was the one actually contacting other YouTubers. It's all in the DMs to make a Pyro expose video. I was just one of 10. He had all that information, and when Leafy posted his video, he did custom voiceover for him. He gave him my private, very heartfelt, open-hearted apology, very exposing to me, that I made with absolutely nothing to gain. He used all that to, I guess, get in Leafy's good graces because he had the upper hand or something. I don't know. But basically what it seemed to me is that he was
What
just
was
trying
that?
to...
Oh, jeez.
I don't know his intentions. But he
I
fucked
just-
me good and
I
really
just got
dishonest.
boosted really
And if he
hard.
apologized to
That
you,
was
No,
weird.
no, he never did. He wouldn't acknowledge.
No, I'm saying if he did, would you forgive him in the same way that he? Well, I guess he
if
kind
he
of
would
didn't, did he?
simply
So-
acknowledge that he fucked me, that he underhandedly fucked me, and then yeah, I could definitely. All I've ever wanted is for people to acknowledge that they fucked me. Same thing as Leafy. Just be like, dog, just admit that what you did was fucked up, and I can forgive them. But it's like, it's crazy they won't even acknowledge it. So I mean, how can I forgive them if they're like, yeah, I didn't do anything wrong?
I mean, see, here's the thing. By admitting that you're wrong and admitting that you made a mistake, it comes with everyone like hating you online. You almost get like this punishment for saying I'm sorry, because like I've been through it many times. I've messed up, and every time I apologize, it seems like I get more hate after I apologize. If that makes sense.
I don't think you're good at apologizing, Kane.
Well, what do you mean?
Every time you
What do you
make an
mean?
apology, it just seems so
Wait,
half-assed.
I could have actually just done that.
Take
Every
the
Are
Tony,
you
the Tony
serious?
situation. Keemstar was always going to get shit for that apology.
Oh my
He was always
God.
going to get shit because the mistake was so large that
Oh
no
my
matter
God.
if you make the apology
But
for
it was
that.
a
That is
real
so-
apology. What
so
do you
Well, I'm
stupid.
not saying it wasn't a real apology.
All right,
But you were
I
always
did
going to
that.
get shit for that anyways because of the mistake you made.
I've got
I think in the
6
long run,
left.
so here's the thing. I
Done
think Pyro is
6.
so.
I've got
He's
6
got a
left.
really. People really like Pyro. and
Okay.
He's got a clean face.
Ooh,
on YouTube.
Bird of
People
Prey is really
like Pyro.
hard.
From all my interactions with him, he's a really nice guy.
Right, exactly.
And I
No,
think
he's
in
not.
your-
No, he's not.
No,
he's not.
I'm saying from based on all my interactions.
Yeah, no,
he
exactly.
is.
And
Absolutely.
That seems to
Oh,
be.
that's
I
not
think
what I wanted.
happened with
Well,
you-
Clown, you told me before that you're into lesbians, so like, I mean, I cannot even trust your opinion right
Ouch.
now.
I don't think I said that at all. But I think what's
What?
happened with
Do I have to
Ethan,
hit them
It's definitely
on
mistakes on both sides there. And I
ground?
think Pyrocynical
Like-
was so not hurt. Hurt is the wrong word, but felt so wronged by Ethan that he didn't give a shit what he did in return.
But why did he align with Leaf?
He played both sides
He
because in
nev-
Pyro's video at that time, he acted like the wounded boy. You know, everyone was attacking me and plotting to destroy me. In his video, he seemed like he wasn't taking sides. And it
But
was a very
he
political
clearly
thing for
did.
him
Well,
to do.
here's,
Exactly.
here's a point,
Wingsuit
right?
fly
Now, we know
through the
that,
flags,
Leafy
okay.
has manipulated
I
certain
will
people to try and make videos on
wingsuit
Ethan.
fly
Is it
through
not a fair
the
assumption to
flags.
make that
I do that,
Leafy
but it
possibly
doesn't
manipulated
anything.
Pyrocynical into that as well?
Yes, he definitely did by sending him
I will
just
try
a
and
snippet
hit
of
them
our
up
DMs.
here.
But what I don't forgive
Right,
Pyro for
nothing
is that
happens.
I got a hold of him,
I will try
apologized,
and
explained everything, and
get
not only did
down.
he
I
side
already
with
tried to
Leafy,
get
which
down
I
real
could
close
live
to them. I
with,
don't
he took my
understand.
fucking private apology and gave it, shared it with Leafy with his blessings to make me look like a scumbag.
Oh, okay.
Who
I have to hit
does that?
those.
What good person can do that?
Okay.
I can't
Yeah.
defend him on that one. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. Yeah.
I got a question. I got a question for all you guys. I mean, considering with all this, Game of Thrones stuff. I mean, as far as I guess an industry is concerned, for lack of a better word, if we keep sniping each other like this, are the kids just going to turn around and say, you know what, guys that do commentaries are a piece of garbage. Their only friendships are designed to create drama later so they can gain more subs.
That
Do we
is
have a
what it
problem
is.
here? Yeah, I mean,
As a part of the commentary
Listen, I'll tell you-
community. Sorry, let me just finish this point, Keemstar.
Yep.
As part of the commentary community, I think the biggest concern has been the word trust at the moment, and I think that's the feeling going around. Who can we trust?
Yeah.
We can't trust ourselves. We can't trust these other people.
Yeah,
who we're
and
in
I
the
mean,
Skype
like I
chat
said,
with. It's a big
before
problem.
Leafy leaked the DMs, there was trust, and he breached that. He broke that seal, and ever since then, I think everybody's been super paranoid about what.
well,
they
there's nothing
say
Leafy.
to who.
There is nothing Leafy won't do. There's nothing. He sees.
I
this
didn't know
video
that.
Game.
I don't think anyone
Yeah.
knew that.
Yeah, but it's
He
obvious
didn't know that
now.
at the time. I didn't know that. I didn't think he would backstab one of his friends. I didn't think he'd backstab one of the people that helped him get to where he was. I mean, I literally Leafy. No one knew who Leafy was till I had him on Drama Alert, and no one knew who this kid was.
You know-
I befriended him. I tweeted out his videos. I liked them. You do what a friend does. You help each other out. And then he fucking backstabbed me 2 weeks ago. I'm flying in a helicopter with this dude.
That's.
I mean-
I have some. I definitely. Listen, this is all I can say about that. If what I did to Leafy was a backstab, which was his biggest criticism of me, then what the fuck did Leafy do to King?
Oh,
That
there's
was
no
some
doubt about it.
Judas level biblical fucking backstab.
Yeah, but
And then it comes out,
Oh,
and then it
that's
comes
pretty
out
good.
that the real reason why he did it is because people were making Keemstar
Oh,
Exposed
that was
videos,
obvious. That didn't
and
need to
they
be
were
said.
getting views.
That was
So
obvious.
he did it to get views. Views.
That's obvious. They never even. Him and Craig never even produced a good reason. All they ever said was he's talking shit. It's like, okay, wow. Thanks for the 5 Keemstar Exposed videos as a result of him apparently calling you a pussy behind your back.
But at that point, they were both making thousands of dollars a month. They didn't need the money. They didn't. It makes no sense to me. These were my friend. Okay, I need
Okay, I
people
think
to
I'm
understand.
good.
It was like an everyday thing. I would talk to these guys for hours on end. They were my buddies. They were my homies. We were planning on going trips together and hanging out. Doing what friends do.
No, it's insane. I think them doing that was one of the. I think they'll both look back as one of the biggest mistakes they could make in their career because it was just so exposing to them. Because both of those guys spent all their breath defending you, talking about Keem's my friend, he's not that bad. Everyone think all the time, Great and Leafy defend you. Then one day, all of a sudden, he's the worst. Here's the crazy thing that completely rubbed me wrong. They defended you for everything they criticized you for.
Every word of it. On racist accusations. On the Tony thing. I mean, I have audio of Gray defending.
Yeah.
Both those situations. It was so
Leafy
frustrating.
did too.
So it's
Leafy
like
did too.
Yeah, Leafy did. I wasn't aware Leafy did it, but it's mind-boggling when I was coming to the Baited podcast, and then I hear Keem and Colossal saying, "Yeah, well, Great and Leafy are going to make a video. On what? What could they do?"
Yeah.
And this comes out, and it's just
It's just all the memes.
That's what I'm wondering. I was wondering, what am I getting into? And I'm starting
Dude,
to worry.
It was so bad. It was so bad. I couldn't fight back because I was hurt. I was emotionally hurt. I was wounded. It wasn't just my rep was hurt. My channel was hurt. I was hurt. It was so fucked. And I was constantly just like, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. I was in calls with Clown. I'm like, Clown, please find out what I did. Like, I don't even know what I did.
We should call this the Leafy Podcast.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Let's change
Part
the name
two,
of the
I
show.
Ninth episode.
I think we got to call it H3H3 because, you know, you're the special.
Or I mean,
guest,
just
but-
change the name of the show altogether. From Beta to
Oh,
Leafy.
I sincerely hope that after this episode,
I think
never
this is
talk
it.
about
We can
Leafy
close
again.
the book.
I hope
You know
so.
what though? Like I went through a crazy period in my YouTube career, if you want to call this a career, whatever the fuck it is. And this podcast is like therapy for me because
Yeah.
There's one
you know,
extra thing I
on
want to
Drama Alert,
do.
I don't get to just like rant. I don't get to just
from
talk.
this
Like I gotta
bird of
cover
prey
the news,
position.
so I don't really have a place
little
other
challenge
than Twitter,
over
which
here.
you know, then
I
everyone
think
rips me apart
that,
over too when I'm ranting and crying.
Well,
Someone
but I
else
don't
put
have a-
up.
Yeah.
I don't have a place
Pretty
to let it
good.
out. You know what I mean? And that's what Beta has been for me, and that's why I enjoy this podcast so much.
I
is the
really,
place to
I
just
gotta,
let it out.
I gotta say, I actually really enjoy it. I listen to your guys' podcast, and that's why I wanted to. I thought it'd be fun to come on, and because, like you said, I'm all the time dealing with this stuff about Pyro and Leafy, even to this day, and it's like we can't talk about it really. So for me, it's kind of like a therapy too, to just get it off my chest. But I really like the dichotomy you guys have set up on the podcast. It's really, I think it's cool. I'm enjoying
God
it
dang
a
it.
lot.
I was planning on getting big
Alright, I'll move on to
YouTubers,
the
and I
next
just
one.
found these two peasants, and I was like, you know what?
I think
let
the
me see if I can.
relationship you guys have
Okay.
together really works. I think it's more interesting. I like the conflicting personalities a lot. It really
There you
was
go,
a
what's going on
surprise
here?
because I expected something.
Ooh,
more
what's
like
this?
doing circle jerking, but what I found was just three guys constantly yelling over each other all the time.
Keem and
Well,
I
I mean,
disagree
that's-
on pretty much everything.
Oh, okay.
Not everything.
It's
but pretty much
wonderful.
everything.
Honestly, when I set out to do this cast, I knew immediately that I needed to find someone that I didn't get along with. I knew that I had to find someone that you know, we disagreed on because I've listened to a lot of podcasts, and I'm telling you right now, almost every podcast in the space is a giant circle jerk, and that's not
Okay.
entertaining. That's not fun. People want to see different thoughts and different ideas battle each other, and you know, I had to find the crudest motherfucker on the site, so I got clowned.
Yeah. Which I've been very, very vocal against Keemstar in the past. How many times did you block me? I believe 9. 9 times on Twitter.
I haven't yet to be blocked.
There,
Yeah.
I'll press that.
there's times on this podcast where
What is that?
me and
Oh,
Clown
okay.
quit. We get so angry we quit.
I
And
think the
at
grade
one point,
was the
Yes.
heatest I've seen you guys.
That was, yeah.
at one point,
deeply regret
I was
that
planning on
episode as well.
flying there and fighting him. I think he wanted to
You
physically
shouldn't
fight
admit
me
to
too.
that.
You'd lose anyway, Keemstar.
I don't think so, Clown.
But
Yeah.
there's more I want to say about Leafy before we get settled into sucking each other's dicks. Basically, and one thing, this whole Pyro doesn't have a platform to defend himself. This is like parroted around. I see it all the time. And, I mean, I said it, so I can't complain that much, despite it being taken out of context as a personal fucking conversation. But what does it even mean? I was clearly talking, don't go on Drama Alert. You can even see when Leafy shows in the video.
Okay, I
I'm
need to
talking about
change
Keemstar. How
the location
how
from
can I
that.
deny Pyro a platform
wanna
to
try
defend
and-
himself when he has his own channel with 1 million
What?
views? The guy can say whatever he wants to his fucking subscribers anytime.
Yeah.
How can I possibly
I think I need
silence?
to go this way.
Ethan, the thing is like this happens to me too. Like somebody takes a meme and they twist it right, but they don't really. They're twisting it
It's
to
a
get a
meme.
rise.
Well, I know some
You
people. There's some people who believe that, and sometimes I see it come up in a serious way, and I just feel like I just want to say that.
Well, I just see No Fuckers do it recently. He was criticizing you, saying, "Remember what he said about Pyro?" It's like No Fuckers. Like just pay attention. Like, first of all, Leafy is the
There you
one
go.
that wanted to go after Pyro. Leafy got into DMs with H3, and they
Oh.
were chatting about it, just shooting the shit, you know, talking
Alright.
in a private chat. But this was again Leafy's idea to
Where is
attack
the next
Pyro, not
place?
Ethan's.
From Pyrocynical's perspective, this is the way I've always understood it. He was hurting.
Jump
him, so-
over a
and really
pile
fucked him.
of
So
rock.
he just didn't care anymore.
Okay.
I'm
But
assuming
Clown,
it's
you're
over
right.
here as
I
well.
Clown, I do
Oh,
believe,
it's over here.
and I think H3, you should take this into consideration. I do believe that Leafy most likely contacted Pyro and manipulated him into thinking that you were the one that wanted
That's
to attack
definitely
Pyro.
what happened. That's not even a debate. He said he contacted Pyro, and he said
So
H3's
maybe that's
been
why
talking
Pyro
shit
did
and
that
trying
to
to get
you.
people to make an exposed video about you. And by the way, when he first said that, why would anybody even believe that? Like, why would I do that? Why would we fucking care about Pyro that much and making an exposed video about him? It's so unfathomable. It's just so
What
out
was
of
that? I
character.
thought I jumped.
Is it
That's
not?
that's the trouble I'm having, because you said,
Come on,
Pyrocynical was
go
the
through,
biggest
go
snake in
through.
all this,
Nope,
but then if he
not going
was
through.
manipulated,
Fantastic.
No, he was manipulated by Leafy to making the first video about me and getting involved. But the snakiest move, in my opinion, was sharing my personal apology and giving it to Leafy.
you don't think he was not manipulated at all there? I mean, if he was already manipulated the first time,
I mean, at what
wouldn't
point
he
does
already
someone have
be
to
by
take
default
act- I mean,
manipulated then?
Yeah, sure, he was manipulated, but at what point does someone have to take credit for their own actions? It's like, how much can you be manipulated?
Oh,
to take-
don't get me wrong. I'm not saying what he did was right. Two
Yeah,
wrongs
and-
don't make it right.
Yeah, and I mean, sure. Like I says, I don't hate Pyro. I think, like I says, he seems to have a good thing going on. A lot of people like him, and like he seems to promote his friends and be a positive influence in the community. It's his personal thing, and people say, why don't you apologize to Pyro and make up with him? Because the last time I tried, he took my apology and gave it to fucking Leafy, who he knew was the one who started it, to slander me.
Yeah.
What the fuck do I
Look,
have to?
Ethan, I'll tell you right now, Pyrocynical is a decent person. He
No,
will
he's
very,
not.
no, hang on, Keith.
Clown-
He will,
no,
if,
no,
if,
don't
if
even-
you're
don't
both,
even
no,
sit
if you're
there.
both willing, you two could bury the hatchet quite easily.
He seems like a decent guy, dude. Like I said, but I
think
reached out
it's
to
a great
him.
opportunity to.
I
bury the
reached out
hatchet,
to him
I
the
really do.
first time.
Recently, Keemstar has been going on my private Facebook and tweeting out all my pictures. I mean, this was private. Nobody's seen this before.
What are you, a Cockney accent?
That's gross school. That's not Pyrocynical.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't fucking do a lesbian impression. All I know is that I don't like Pyro. Pyro literally lied. He misled his audience in his video that he made on me. And Pyro, you owe me a public apology. Enough's enough.
No.
But
In
for the
your
most-
scenario, I'm siding with Pyrocynical.
Cloud, you're best friends with him.
absolutely.
You're going to defend him no matter what, and you know he's wrong because you
come
already
on.
admitted it on this cast that he is wrong for fucking saying that bullshit about the pictures. Is he wrong or right?
He was wrong about that, but I
Then
think
he owes
what-
me
I
apology.
think- I
Case
think-
over. Thank you.
Right,
Let's
okay,
move on
if-
to the
if-
next case.
All right, but if he owes you an apology, you owe him one. Definitely.
For what?
For all the shit you did, like that, those fucking it was his fucking friends that told you, and then you reported
Right.
it on your fucking stream. But
yeah, I
still,
said his
but
friends
still-
told me
yeah,
that he was talking to an underage French girl. Yes, I
still,
said that.
it was
That's-
still a bit fucked to do it, wasn't it?
No, it's not fucked.
No,
That's
it
what his
was
friends
fucked.
told me.
Yeah, but when you say it on your stream in front of hundreds and hundreds of people, and you know it's going
But
to
it
have a bad
happened. Did it
impact.
happen? Was it a lie? Did I mislead?
Did I
people?
say you lied a minute?
All right. Well.
But you
what
must
I
have
said.
known that
What I
when you
said
said
on my
it on your
stream was
stream,
the
it was
truth.
going to have a big impact. You must have known
Clown,
that.
what I said on my stream was the truth, all right? And what Pyro said in his video was a lie. There is truths and there are lies.
I didn't
One
say-
person
I didn't say it
contains
wasn't
the
the
truth,
truth.
and the
Keemstar, I
other
did not
person
say it
contains
wa-
lies.
Keemstar, I did
all right,
not
so
say
if
it
you
wasn't
want to
the truth.
sit there
You
and
must have
defend a
known that by
fucking
saying
liar,
it
go
was
for
gonna
it.
have a negative
And by the way,
impact
what
on
he did to
Pyrocynical.
fucking H3 is snakish. That is snakish. If H3 goes and hits him up in the DMs and is apologizing to him, and then he goes
We're
and
not-
takes that
we're not
apology,
talking about
that
that
general
particular point. We're not
apology,
talking
and gives
about
the
that
Leafiest
particular point.
animation to attack him, that's ridiculous.
We're not
this is the
talking
type
about
of
that
person we're dealing
particular
with, and I
point,
understand
Keemstar.
he's your best friend, and I understand that he gave you a shout out a long time ago when you had small subscribers, but it
Right.
doesn't mean that you have to defend his shitty
I have to
actions.
defend him if I think he deserves defending. Yes, I do. And I think what you did with Pyrocynical was wrong. I'm not saying you lied when you said that on your stream, but you must have fucking known that by saying it, it was going to have a negative impact on Pyrocynical.
Well, I have
What
the
you
big
should have
announcement
done,
for the
what you
beta
should have done,
viewers. Beta-
given your platform, given your channel, you should have investigated it more, and then, if it was true, made a statement. But until you found out 100%
I should have
fact,
investigated
was
it
true.
more.
You
All right,
did.
I
You
should have
should
investigated it
before
more.
you
That's what
said
keep
it.
saying, right? But I didn't make a drama alert video on him. This
I
was
didn't
not
say
a
you
news
made a
story.
drama alert,
I was on
but
my
you
stream.
must have known that by saying it on your stream, it was still going to have a significant impact. And when it's regarding
doesn't matter.
pedophile,
That's what
no,
his
it
friends
does
told
when
him.
it does when it's regarding pedophile accusations. It does.
That's
Reality.
what my friends told me.
That's
That's what his
another
friends
one
told
done.
me. But look at, you know what? I would just like to. I would like to tell the baited audience right now.
Got
Like,
four left.
I understand that Clown has come out and he said he's going to stop defending Leafy. So you're talking about the entertainment
Oh,
going to die.
it's not one of
No,
those.
it's going to continue because he's going to defend this lying piece of shit snake Pyro. So we could talk about Pyro for the next 5 episodes.
I will defend people on points I feel like they need to defend.
I honestly don't know how to feel about Pyro. seems like he's objectively seems to be a good person, but on a personal level, he fucked me so bad that I already tried to apologize to him. The fact I had nothing to gain.
I
He
hate the
already removed his
following.
Twitter. We had made up.
So
Like,
slow.
yeah, I don't know. At this point, it's fine. I'm not like carrying around hatred and shit. But this one point, people ask,
Oh,
why
I
don't we
am.
made up? That's why. And trust me,
15.
I apologize to him for. I wanted to settle the beef when he made that video. I wanted him to know. And what can I do? How much more how much more fucked can it be? How much more can someone fuck you over? Clown, if you're like, hey dude, I'm really sorry. Like if you make a private apology, heartfelt, and they're like, yeah dude, it's cool. I'm really happy that we resolved this. Thanks for apologizing. And then you found out that he screenshotted that and posted it on Twitter and was like, look at this faggot.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what he did.
Did he
Let's move on.
when you made sorry, I just want to ask that question because I don't know, to be honest. When you made that DM to him apologizing, did he respond saying, I accept your apology or
Yeah,
something along
you want to
those
hear?
lines?
I've got
Or
it.
did-
I've got the picture.
Oh no, I'll trust.
I want to hear it. I want to hear it. I want to hear
Dude,
it.
it's all here.
Don't try to silent him, clown. Don't try to silent him to protect your little lesbian.
I didn't try and silence him. I just said I trust
You
him.
lesbian protector, you.
He said, quote, I can show you the screenshot. These have all been leaked by fucking Leafy and Pyro, by the way. So I have still never leaked a DM. I'm honestly so happy we're cool now, dude. Seriously, I was worried you were coming to the UK to choke me with a beanie or something.
That's snake-ish, clown. That's your friend. You're friends with snakes, bro.
And rats.
He said, you should delete the tweet for calling me out. I said, which tweet? And then he linked me. I said, okay, cool, deleted it. This is after I apologize. I don't mean to, he says, yeah, I don't want to keep it up. It's just a magnet for Meme Star. I'm honestly so happy we're cool now, dude. Seriously. And then he took that
Wow.
apology and sent it to Leafy.
Clown, this is what I
Alright,
gotta
it's
say,
over.
man. You're friends with Grade, right? You're
Wait,
friends with
what?
Leafy and Pyro.
No.
You're friends with all three of them.
Dude, it's
No.
fucked
I
up. I feel bad for you, Clown, because you're always playing devil's advocate.
No.
against,
I know,
like,
right,
the
yeah.
worst
I
It's
stuff.
over.
predict
Like,
three
I feel-
knives in
I
your
feel
back,
bad for you,
motherfucker.
dude. But these
Hey,
not.
if
but
I
again,
if I
don't-
get them in my back, I fully deserve them. Pyrocynical will never stab me in the back. That's as much as I know.
No. I wouldn't. Honestly, I believe this, and I believe this to the fullest extent. I don't think Grade, Leafy, or Pyro would ever backstab you, because what people don't know about Clown is Clown's a good dude. Like, Clown's a really good friend and a very trustworthy friend, and that's why he's friends with so many different people. But so I don't think that it would ever backstab you. But I will say this: if for some reason there was exposed videos about you out there in the world,
Oh.
and, you know, you were getting a lot of hate, and they could make money off of backstabbing you, then I think they would be in trouble.
We know
You
what
would be
you
in
know what
trouble.
I need to do is I need to fake something so I get exposed for it. That's what I need to do. So we
Test
need
your
to do a
friendship.
test, a little bit of a test run. Yeah.
See if
I
they
think that's
Well,
jump
you
on the
shouldn't have said that.
bandwagon.
Now your old
We're
man's
yeah, no,
Yeah.
we're gonna fucking bleep that out because I think that's a
Yeah,
genius
cut
idea.
that
Yeah.
part. But can we acknowledge the irony that Leafy, after approaching me to make a video about Pyro, and then accuses me of it, is just caught trying to do the same thing to me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does it surprise you? I mean, the guy behaves like a
No,
sussy,
I'm
man. I mean,
I'm so happy that that people can actually
well,
see. It's like
it's
it's
The
just
only
so
thing that
obvious
he's
to people
not
that it wasn't
over
me.
yet.
now.
We have
The-
some viewers that are living under a rock, so let's just recap it real quick. There was an exposed video that has come out
It's
this
over
week
now.
from Nick, which is the animator of Leafy. You know all the animations that Leafy does on his channel? Well, Nick has
Alright,
done
how
all
many
of
left?
those,
1, 2,
hours
3?
and hours of work, and Leafy owed him a shout-out. He didn't get the shout-out.
Oh no, I think I just crashed.
And Nick got frustrated and said, "Hey man, like, where's my shout out?" So Leafy offered him $20.
That was really weird.
I mean,
My computer almost
literally
crashed
hours of
right
work.
there.
Leafy offers him $20. Nick's mad. He let it go for months and months, and it finally boiled to the point
What is up
where he
with
made an
this?
exposed video, and he exposed that he got screwed over by Leafy, didn't get the shout out, but he also exposed that the real reason why I was attacked was because Leafy said that it was a business decision, you know. And then the final thing that came out in the video was that Leafy was trying to get smaller commentators to make videos attacking H3H3. It was some really snake shit. And I'm going to tell you right now, I heard about this. I heard about it. I was talking, I was like, apparently all these small commentators are making videos on H3H3, and now we know why, because Leafy was telling them to.
Very manipulative. Very, very manipulative.
That's pretty much it. It sucks to be. It sucks to be like depicted in certain ways. I mean, obviously, like I said, I had this conversation with Leafy, and I'm reaping what I
Alright.
sowed
One
for
second,
having such a
follow the
stupid
rider.
conversation with that person. Okay.
Oh.
But it sucks to
Oh,
be
you're-
depicted
oh,
as
no,
like
he's
a
down there.
plotter
Okay.
and like a snake and stuff because
No,
it's-
that's
I feel
not
like
what I
that's
want.
the opposite. I feel like I got in this trouble to begin with because I'm so open and I wear my emotions on my sleeve with people that I was able to make myself vulnerable to them, like my apology to Pyro and like being frank with Leafy in that conversation. I don't like Pyro, by the way. That conversation was legit. I wasn't just circling about it. I had reasons for disliking Pyro then, okay? So, it just, yeah, I feel like I'm misrepresented in those crowds for being a snake, but I don't know. I feel like this-
I think you've
Well,
gone a long
what
way
did
to improve
what-
that. in
What
this
were you
podcast.
thinking? What were you thinking when you heard that he was like plotting to have all these commentators attack you?
Well, it was yeah, not surprised to first of all. I mean, I was just like, you petty little bitch, dude. Just make a video about me if you want to, and I'll tell you why. Because the video he wanted them to make is so stupid. Like he was asking them to make a video about my 200 shirts video, like to parody that in some way, which in my opinion is a pretty decent video. I like that video, and linking them to an AMA we did because our fans were complaining about our videos getting shitter, which is fine. But he like that his ammo, he had no ammo, so I was just like, dude, you're weak, dude. Just come at me yourself. And like if Levy came at me ever, and I think he knows this is why he's being such a pussy, is that I would just fucking drop a nuke on him so hard that I think it would just be fucking game over for him. Like I'll make the video that I always dreamed of making. The video that I always like, dude. I think he knows that if he came at me, it would be fucking KO. So I'm not scared or intimidated at all. He doesn't have anything. He already busted his fucking nut as hard as he could with the DM. If we never had that conversation, he wouldn't have any defense to my original video. And by the way, I expected him. I don't know why, but to my initial video, I expected him to be like, you know what, you're right. I need to change my content. Some of the stuff I did wasn't right, and I'm going to try to improve. That's what I expected him to say.
That wasn't a reasonable expectation, no. I mean,
No,
I
it
just-
was a little bit naive, yeah.
yeah.
I just realized that some of our viewers are probably thinking to themselves, well, didn't Leafy donate $1,000 to H3H3's FUPA thing? Well, let me explain something, all right? When the FUPA thing happened, basically I got hit up by Philip DeFranco, and he was like, yo, support this thing. And I was like, man, I can't because I'm friends with Leafy. Can't do it. And then I started thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? This is bigger than any drama. This is bigger than any friendship. Like, this is a serious problem on YouTube, and it needs support. So I just said, fuck it, and I donated the $2,500. Well, immediately I get fucking called by Leafy, and he's kind of upset with me. Why'd you do that? You shouldn't have did that. I'm like, honestly, you should too. You should donate like $1,000.
It's
It
fair
would make
use.
you look like.
For him, it's like a win-win. It's the best PR possible, and he actually gets to support
Cool.
something that directly
Alright,
affects
I
him.
think I'm on
Well,
my
here's what
second
people
last
might not
one.
know. It took
do
me
this one.
4 phone calls. He hung up on me, wouldn't do it. Called him again, hung
Alright,
up on
let's
me,
go
he
again.
wouldn't do it. Called him again, pleaded with him. I was like, listen, donate. This is the
Ooh.
best thing for you. You're
Okay,
my
this looks
friend. Like, I want to
interesting.
see you do good. This is the best thing for your. It makes you look mature. It's gonna make Ethan have to publicly thank you.
Which I did.
Like, do it.
I was happy to.
And it took 4 phone calls, and he finally did it and donated the $1,000. And when there was this rumor that he was going to attack me, I was like, dude, I'm going to make this public. Like, how fake you are. That I literally done all this
Rip,
help
there
you,
goes the
including
podcast
asking
sound.
you, like pretty much begging you to donate to FUPA. And then he went and used that against me. And
By the way,
tried to-
Didn't he said something like he said that he hopes I loses the case and have to sell my YouTube channel?
Yeah, we were in a Skype call, and the FUPA thing came up, and this was after I believe we all donated or whatever. Yeah, he was
Ride
like, I want him to
and
lose. I
follow
hope he
your
loses
friend.
that thing.
Okay.
And I mean, he just
It could be the same thing like what my conversation with him about Pyro.
There we
He's
go.
just blowing smoke, which is fine.
no, but
Hey, Keen.
no, not with him. He's evil. He's evil. If you fuck with him in any way, he literally probably wants you to die.
Hey, Keem, I got a question for you. It's important. You know, I'm really glad that you got some vindication through this, through watch your mouth. But doesn't it bother you just a little bit that he was perfectly willing to watch you go through what you went through, as long as he got paid, and really the only reason he came out is because he got backstabbed. I mean, I'm glad he did it, but I mean, I don't want to see Nick become a hero. I'm glad he did what he did, but he's more like
I agree.
I don't think he's more like Henry Hill. All right, he came out and did the right thing, put all the gangsters in jail, but he was a gangster for most of his
Yeah.
life.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
look,
it just shows
this
the
is what
whole thing is just so cutthroat, so ridiculous.
When
This
I
is-
first saw it, when I first saw Nick had done it, I thought to myself, yeah, it's a bit of a backstab. But I think, given the circumstances, I think these circumstances are mitigating. I think
Come on,
there was
go,
enough
go,
reason
go,
for,
go,
for
get
Nick
up,
to do it
get
and
up,
for it not
stop
to be considered
moving.
a backstab. So I don't think I felt
Oh
that
no,
for
I
it
won't be able to catch
yeah,
up anymore.
I think like
And it won't.
complaining about not getting paid enough and not getting credit enough only stands so tall
this might
when
be
you
the first
realize
one
that
I
he
have to
was
start
working for
over.
him for like 5 months.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you fucking kept the juice going for 5 months and you didn't,
Finally.
and now all of a sudden you're making exposed
30-second
So,
fall. Yeah.
I mean, but then
He
at
should
the
have
same
put his foot down
Fantastic.
then and there.
Yeah,
He should have
exactly.
renegotiated. He should
That
have
being
said something
that-
to Leafy.
Exactly. That being said, he did say, yes, I was a bitch that whole time. So, I mean, he
Yeah.
acknowledges
Yeah.
the point, but still, I think that those things aren't,
Here
those
you
things
go,
make
here you go,
Leafy
here you
look
go.
really
Oot, oot,
stupid
oot,
and cheap.
oot.
Like
There we
paying
go.
someone $20-$50 for that amount of
Oh,
work
that
when you're
was-
making
that was
$200,000,
it.
$300,000 a month
Where
is
you're
so
supposed to
silly.
paraglide and follow him.
But it's not really, it's just as much dude's fault as it is Leafy's. The real kicker from that video was
Oh,
the
you have to
stuff
start
about
back
me.
up here.
Yeah.
If it's a
more
criticism
than-
about Nick, I mean, it just pales in comparison to the stuff he's talking about.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
You can't
I
get
don't
too
think
mad
you
at
can-
Nick.
You can't fault him, really.
Yeah,
Really?
I agree. I just think
When I first saw it, I went on Twitter and I had not a meltdown, but I was like, yeah, it looks a backstab. But if you think about it, it's not. It's not.
Leafy
Now, at the
doesn't
time that
deserve
we're
any
making
better,
this-
honestly, like, dude has burned the bridge with every single fucking friend he has. Like,
Well,
this
he
guy.
doesn't have friends. He doesn't have friends.
Well, that's the point. Like, he used to. He has a pattern of just really toxic behavior. He just burns the bridge with everybody. And
we
and
are
almost for what?
still friends to a certain extent.
Well,
we are.
yeah,
we
that's-
are. But there's no way.
Yeah, but
that
it- okay, but
this
it- but
behavior
it's okay.
isn't just totally shitty and
Clown,
he's not a
clown.
good
What I
person.
don't like,
He's just not. Not in
clown,
this
clown.
way.
What I don't like, when you fucking say that you're friends with him, and you know why? You know why I don't like it?
Triggered.
Not because I don't want you to be friends with him, but
Yeah.
because I really don't believe that you're actually friends with him. Because it is a give-take relationship. All right. Leafy doesn't do shit for you, and you do shit for him all
I
the
love this.
fucking time.
The whole premise of the show is trying to convince Clown to defriend Leafy in real life.
but how is Leafy your friend? Tell me something friendly Leafy has done for you lately.
What have you
That's
done
right,
for me
that's
lately?
right,
Hang
nothing.
Hang on, you didn't let me finish. What are friendships? It's just the people you get on with, and I do get on with Leafy. I mean, what he's done recently is kind of sad in a way to me because I've
Tell me
lost
a
I
time
have-
where he's
can I
helped you
finish?
out.
I have lost an awful lot of fucking respect for him.
Yeah.
Do you need respect for someone to be their friend?
No.
I think to a certain extent. I think to a certain extent you do a little bit. If you just
Yeah.
have no respect whatsoever for someone, I don't think you can be friendly with
Look,
them.
this I don't
think
have a
you can.
problem with you being his friend. I mean, like you said, you
Yeah.
lose respect for the guy, but you can still be his fucking friend. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
But I actually like it because it's kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to come on this show, because I kind of I want you to challenge me to defend myself, because I feel like my position
I can
is-
do it with Pyrocynical, but I don't think I can do it with Leafy. Not in this case.
I want you to challenge me in any way you can. That's why I really like your perspective, because you're reasonable and you're friends with these guys. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
for me, it's a really good opportunity to kind of have a reasonable conversation about it.
Absolutely.
I don't know, Ethan.
I admire that perspective. It's just in this particular case, I just don't see a way I can defend Leafy.
Well, yeah.
We're running out of time. We're running out of time, but I want to bring up this. At the time that we're actually making this podcast right now, Leafy has come out, all right, and he's put out a longer tweet actually apologizing to Nick for not paying him, and he like says, "I'm sorry" to Nick. And I thought that was very interesting that he apologized to Nick, because if you guys don't know, Nick tweeted out when this happened that he had 6 bullets to shoot at Leafy, and he only shot 3. He only shot him getting screwed over, people planning to attack Ethan, and the real reason why he attacked me. So apparently, Nick has 3 more bombs that he can drop on Leafy, and now Leafy's apologized, and I think that might be the reason.
Could be. Hey, I got one last thing. Why didn't Nick name Grade? Why did he say another YouTuber? Everybody knew he was
doesn't
talking
want to
about
involve
Grade.
him. It's obvious, but
Yes.
why involve him?
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Why
If
make
he's
an
gonna
enemy?
if he's gonna expose Leafy for screwing over Keem, then Grade was obviously complicit in that conspiracy.
Right, but for him, he's just like, why throw Grade under the bus? This is about Leafy. It's obvious, though.
Exactly. Yeah.
I know, and that makes me see. It makes me have a problem with him because I feel like this exposed video is more about him than it is about kind of helping out the community. Because I got news for you guys: if we don't stop this, people are going to move on, and they're going to think we're a bunch of cunts.
Well, it's
and
ending
they're going
now.
to start doing something else.
I think it's ending now.
hope
I think
so.
everything's being
disagree.
resolved.
I disagree. I think, the drama and the hatred and all the shit is just going to keep on continuing because, to be honest, why are people tuning in right now?
No,
Why
it's not
is-
the
why-
drama. It's not the drama. It's the fact that nobody even thinks that anybody in this podcast is friendly and gives a shit about each other. Everything is money motivated. That is a problem. The drama is going to
No,
happen
but these
no
are
matter
these
what.
stupid fucking kids that just started YouTube a couple years ago. All right, when we started YouTube, we did this because we love it and it was a hobby. We did not even get fucking paid. All right, these kids want to be YouTubers for money, and it's a different experience than us older guys, and it's corrupted the whole goddamn thing.
Yeah,
By the
but-
way, how do you run out of time on a podcast?
Well, I mean,
I got more stuff I want to talk
That's
about.
a good question.
Basically, when Keemstar needs a cigarette, the podcast.
Don't fucking cut my ass off,
All right.
dude. We got.
You
this
know
is a
what? You
podcast.
guys-
Don't act
you
like
guys
this is
go.
network television. There's no end.
well, the thing is I like to package the podcast because I want to make sure people listen from the beginning to the end. But you guys go ahead, talk. I'll be right back.
So fucking professional, dude. Can't go an hour without a cigarette.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back from the break. Clown had to take a shit, so now that we're back.
It's not true.
Clown, do you always end with a wet one, or do you end dry?
I'd rather not talk about my lavatory habits.
Oh come on,
to
let's be honest. I thought this was a place to be frank.
I went on.
Lavatory
I
habits.
went on. I hate everything's podcast the other day, and it was just toilet humor, and I'm sick of it. He loves
Well-
that
well-
shit. I don't
well,
know
you
why.
may not have
he's like
the
a really
credit. Does he love that
intelligent.
shit?
He does. He's a really intelligent guy. Like his videos don't reflect it at all. But then when you speak to him on his podcast, all he wants to talk about is fucking pussy and diarrhea, and that's it.
Well,
That's it.
You may not have the bravery to say it, but I'll say it. I always end with a wet one.
I mean, I just think it just speaks volumes that Clown uses the term lavatory.
Lavatory.
What type of motherfucker he is. Like,
I'm from Britain. I went to boarding
That's
school.
what they
do you
say
expect?
there. All right, so here's a little game I want to play with you guys, and I want Clown to read it. Okay, if you look at the Skype chat, I linked you. Okay, screenshots of DMs from me and Leafy. I want you to read it and then tell me who said what. Well, obviously you know. Just read the DMs. Just read it. These are special little snippets, okay, that I selected for my Leafy response Reddit.
The last picture you posted.
There's
It's it.
let me see here. 1, 2,
It's Skype
3,
chat.
4,
Where do I
5.
start?
So start from the top.
Start at the top. Okay. But Pyro is a fucking psychopath. Yeah, he's a fucking rat, dude. God, I fucking hate this guy. He's a scumbag. Fuck this guy. Yeah, likewise, man. Hopefully he just falls in a ditch or something. Yep, it's literally cancer. Someone blurred out, literally told me to not associate with that cunt the day I met him. I should have listened. He's fucking crazy.
So Pyro, where were those quotes at during that whole exchange? All you see is, don't give Pyro a platform to defend himself. Leafy said crazier shit than me in that conversation.
but the thing is okay. On a creative level, you got to understand that Leafy is not creative at all. I mean, in his videos, you could tell he literally, fucking. I mean, he can't create stuff. But the problem is that you're somewhat of a creative person, right? H3H3, and you had the best line out of all those insults in the DMs. You said, don't give him a platform to defend himself. Now, that was creative. That was good. So if you were going to take this whole conversation, all right, the best line is yours.
It's so ridiculous, too, because I said it. I wasn't thinking. It wasn't, like, premeditated. This was, like, the result of, like, strategy and planning for that. We were literally just having a conversation. And that's how I expressed myself to say, don't go on Keemstar.
Yeah, but like Leafy's conversation is like, oh, he's a faggot. Oh, I hate him. Da da da. But you came out with like the winning line, right? That was the line
juice.
that could be memed.
Well,
I don't think you're vilified for it quite, Ethan. I do think
I
you
think
kind
it's
of
just
fucked
funny.
up
It's a
there.
funny line. Don't give someone a platform to defend themselves is a funny line, and I think, people have used it and will maybe continue to use it to defend Leafy and to attack H3H3. But it's just the reason why people share it is because it's a great line. It's just a fucking great line.
I mean, clearly, from these DM conversations, Leafy is the one who's saying all the bad shit. I
Right.
don't think it...
but Pyro saw it all. Anyway, we don't even
Right.
talk about Pyro anymore. I'm over it. But read the one I just linked on the very bottom.
So on the very bottom, there is a DM conversation between H3H3 and Leafy, and I am going to play the part of H3H3, and Clown will play the part of Leafy.
Good idea. Okay.
Are you ready?
Yep.
H3H3 says, "This is between us, right?"
Yeah, wrong one, Keem. Well done.
Oh,
new
Jesus,
one.
Keem.
1 minute. Hold up. Hold up.
Read that one next. This is great.
This is going to be a real challenge for Keem. He can't even read properly.
Fuck you.
I also have dyslexia, Keem, so I relate.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So from H3H3 and Leafy in the DMs, H3 says this. Yeah, I'm not interested in blasting him publicly.
All right.
You know what? I mean, fuck. You know what, man? Just leave it.
I'll tell you what he says.
It's fine. Laughing out loud. Sorry.
You sure? He's going to keep doing it.
I know.
If I bring it up, he'll stop, and he can't do anything about it.
If I got an issue, I should confront him about it and not have you do it on my behalf.
There we go.
Bam. So you can tell clearly by the
One more.
DMs that the
Almost.
end result of the conversation between
feel like this is gonna be a
Leafy
long one.
and H3 was fucking Ethan basically saying, you know what, forget all this. I'm going to go talk to Pyro myself.
And then, it's crazy seeing, but it's like, I never...
So guys, listen to me. If you're watching this and you're a Leafy fan, he lied to you, all right? And he didn't just lie to you about the thing with H3H3. He didn't just manipulate you and lie to you about that. He lied about me too, and he lied about other things. And it's like, guys, there's the worst thing you can do as a YouTuber is lie to your audience because you are ruining subscriber trust. Never lie to your fans. And here's clear proof that Leafy has done that.
And there's one more at the bottom that might be compelling.
Can I do it?
Yeah, you can play the part of Ethan. Go ahead.
All right. This is between us, right?
Yeah, don't worry. I'm not saying anything. I never said anything earlier either. All I said was a few YouTubers saw the titles thing.
Thanks, man.
No problem, man. We're in it together, laughing out loud.
I trust you.
Fuck this guy.
We got to take this show on the road, dude. You guys are really dramatic.
Yeah,
It's like
right.
some real Shakespearean shit.
And we just
Okay.
lost all of our viewers. They're like, I'm
I
not
know.
fucking.
Editing
But for
magic.
me, like, I should have just defended myself because I felt like, well, and at any rate, I'm happy that I at least get to finally talk about it.
What was the reason why you didn't?
Because at the time, well, a big problem was that we were on vacation when it all went down. And we were on a
Wait a
plane and
sec.
stuff. But that's not the big reason being, there I was really close to just like turning on the camera
Here
and
we go.
shooting a video in Israel.
Idea.
But a lot of my friends and people who I consulted with were like, don't stoop to his level. You made, like I said initially, we made very legitimate, over-the-table points about his content. And to stoop ourselves down to the drama level that he brought it to was to delegitimize the message of our first video, which I fully
Alright, guys.
believed in,
I
but
think
I
I'm gonna
didn't
make
like
a
the way I
separate
made it.
video for
Where did
orals.
this could be the